Be real. An example I can use is when you're on the phone and you said, put the penny in the fridge, and you're like, ha ha. Genuinely laugh. That's funny. Be real.
Yeah, that would never
Something I want you to think about while in the office is, am I creating? Be real. What are you talking about, and is it progressing the rep that you're speaking with in the business? Are you creating an environment for sales? Do we have a high energy sales force? Okay, we are going to have a team night out every week. No matter. We're going to have real staff nights. All the time we should be talking about sales expectations. How much are you talking about set? What blocks? How much are you talking about steak? It doesn't matter what you sell as long as you sell as well. It doesn't matter what you sell as long as you sell what. Say that. Take it personally. Right? You now are on, those that are new, like, even those that aren't new, like, you need to take it personally. You're now part of the inner circle of one of the best offices in the entire country. And this year we will be. Okay, so take it personal. Cater to the culture that you want to create. So the culture that I'm creating right now is step up or step up. We need to get in tune with what our office needs. Okay? We need to be number one. We have to know ourselves. Your office was made. This is my favorite one. Don't be a bitch. PBR. This is very little.
Yeah, 100%.
This one is a big one at me. PPR is based upon you. You want to guarantee someone hits 10K, guys? We have to sign 5 of their friends and have them do the training. You were to, and I thought about that, and I honestly could not think of one person. If we sign 5 or more of their trainers, 5 or more of their friends that are not over 10K.
Very true.
When we calculate sales goals for the office, we calculate every demo as $100. Don't go to bed until you have 10 demos for tomorrow. We have to figure out what's cool in our territory. I need help from people who are locals here, but we need to figure out like cool shit, cool contests, like we need to create prizes. I will be doing PDI for all the top people and PCs for all the top people. Only
we're gonna go over that today.
Stop being lazy. I love that. PDI every rep every day, even if you're just texting. This was huge. Even if you're just texting, like, hey man, have a great day at school. That's still not PDI. Like, hey man, did you see the football game last night? Oh man, did you see that call on the Saints? Oh, that was crazy. That was fluid, right?
Oh my god.
That's PDI. That's PDI.
I almost had a fit.
It might not have anything to do with work, but that's PDI. Okay.
And we're gonna go over that, and that's one step of it. PDI being the personal-based interaction, which is so big for relationship building, you know, and then you have the higher level personal daily impact or influence. You have to influence people.
John Fiacco's talk. I didn't take notes of the whole thing because it's so fast. But this is what will help us get to know. There's 3 types of feelings, guys. There's where you want to be. But we all want to be the best. We all want to be 2 million. We're kind of there. And we're barely there. Okay? So Taylor did talk about this. But something that we need to realize is that whether our whole team up and quits tomorrow or something happens, someone's like, oh, it's a scam, and it goes back on social media or whatever, this is just right now. Okay? It's just right now. Learn how to logically respond and not emotionally react. My office is my first assistant. Also, find a way to always help. If you were to think about that, we had a culture of always finding a way in helping people, helping them grow. Who would not want to work for us? Who would, even if they don't have people to call with, and if they're not making, who would want to quit in that type of culture? We've had people who stuck around who you didn't make any money all of like November and December, and you stuck around. Honestly, I think it was a good for people in the relationship that you have. Okay? So think about that. Every day matters. There's 365 days. We have 339 left, 8 after today. And so every single day matters. All of these days are going to add up to the end-all, be-all goal of us standing on stage, multiple silver stars. You know what else is cool is that you can go for a trifecta. I need y'all's help to keep that in the myself. I always can do it myself. Absolutely massive. Go out there. Really badass considering what you're doing. Who's ever had a visual solo club? And that's what you think. That's pretty cool. Awesome, boy. Thank you so much. And at the end of the day, guys, everyone's going to make it. But the thing is that if you're in whatever days, that money might be spent. Would you agree that if you made $100 grand this year, you're eventually in your life going to spend it? But the experiences and growth that you'll have in this next year will never be.
Awesome. So let's talk about this, all right? Let's talk, and you guys could write down a couple of things, grab pen and paper. And the first thing I want to say is how we're going to do this and how we're going to build this. With staff, what is it going to look like? As we bring on interns, what are people doing? What are they responsible for? So we need to talk about what this all lines up. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 teams. Cool. We have, and by the way, if an intern, most interns are coming in one day, right? So an intern comes in one day, 5 to 7 hours. That's an intern. Then we have our official assistant managers, which I don't know if there's anyone who hasn't met Bethany. I think Bethany. Okay, so I think everyone knows Bethany. So Bethany now for the spring officially is getting promoted to assistant manager. And she interned in the fall, and then now she'll be officially assistant manager. So right now we have your official assistant. So Orlando's going to be a field assistant manager. So I want to walk you guys through this. Again, we've got 2 parts when it comes to office duty, but we also have field assistants. So there's an office assistant manager, which is what most people are. Usually field assistants come in more established organizations. Cool? What is a field assistant manager?
Field assistant manager is in charge of taking many people field training every week. Probably you're going to be in charge of doing, the best PC that someone can have is going with you on your appointment and you talking with them in the car. So much growth. I had multiple people coming today. I'm going to go see Orlando's appointment. Right, that is the best PC that someone can have. Yes. You're also probably going to be in charge of like skills checking, maybe in the office.
I said I want him to take 3 people. So a field assistant, I like him to take 3 people under the wing for the campaign. And his goal is to help 3 people get to $10,000 by the end of the campaign. Cool. So he'll be field training everybody. So any field assistant, so again, it's usually in a more established office, or if you have somebody who's a badass leader who loves to give back, but really just wants to be in the field doing demos. That would be a field assistant. The field assistant is taking people field training. They usually run 1 workshop a week that they'll run at the office. And then the goal is they take 3 people under their wing to develop them to get over 10,000. Okay. Sarah Lockbelly back in 2012. She was the field assistant of mine, by the way. And she got herself, she won a scholarship. 2 of her 3 won scholarships. 1 was like number 13, 1 was number, 20 something. But 2 of the 3 that she had under won scholarships with her. And then there was a 3rd guy, and he did about 20K in sales that campaign. So she crushed it. And that made a really big impact and influence. And it also helped get really good at the job because guess what? The next summer, she ran a branch. So she started with me one summer. She was a field assistant the next summer. And the following summer, she got to run a branch. Tay, go into one of the rooms or outside, please. Hey. Sorry. This is on YouTube. Everyone's hearing everything. So if you guys have something. So she did that, and it was amazing. You know how that impacted. So she learned how to coach people really well. She learned how to develop people really well from being a field assistant. And when she ran her branch, she was number 2 in the nation. And for SC2 Push, by the way, she had 12 people on her alliance, so she knows how to freaking sell. 12 people on her alliance, and I believe it was 8 of them hit 10,000 or more. 1 did 15K, 1 did 20K of her branch office. I was like, holy moly. And that was from her doing it. And so that's how she learned. She was a field assistant, and then she learned how to do close sales. So that's what, and they close sales. So they're out in the field, they field train, and then they also help close, like reps will call in. They're one of the people who's available, to help close sales. That's a field assistant, all right? By the way, all office assistants, I love them doing that too and taking people field training on them too, all right? Now, when it comes to the office, there's two parts to the office. We have a recruitment team, and we have a development team. Cool? So jot this down because I want you guys to be able, if you find somebody, Erica, AJ, Eric, Cassandra, you meet somebody, or there's a rep on our team that really stands out and is super sharp, that you're able to say this to them and go, hey, just so you know, they go, what's an intern do? How does it work? And say, well, we have two sides. Also, everyone should have this down. We have two sides. One side is the recruitment. One side is the development. So let's talk about recruitment. When an intern comes on to recruitment, what is that? First of all, who is eligible for that side, right? Because these are two different sides of the business. If someone's working 2 days or more, like Savannah's going to be working 2 days or more, she's going to learn both sides. So she's going to learn things from both sides. If they're only coming in 1 day, we're going to pick a side. All right, we're going to look at it and say, okay, which side? And right now, and like Joseph will be mixed because he's been around, he's here for today. So for you, I know we're starting you on the recruiting side. That's where we're starting you in. So you'll be on the recruiting side. So who goes on the recruiting side? It's got to be somebody who's very personable, really friendly. All right. So you got to smile more. And somebody who can speak well with people. We're doing an advanced track with her, but normally anybody else who comes on is not going to be running interviews, by the way. So the recruitment side is an intern. What an intern recruit does is they're going to second man interviews. All right. So they've got to be very bubbly and like that's what we want. We want somebody who's going to make people feel super welcome and who just loves chit-chatting with people. Boom. All right. That's who you want. That's the type of person that you're looking for. I'm like, okay, is this person? Those are the ideal people. They love to talk because they can sit there. What's her name from this summer? Valerie Puma from this summer. She loves to talk. She's a perfect second manner. She can sit out there and she can talk the whole time. You need her to second man for an hour? Oh, don't worry, she's good. You know, and so she loves chit-chatting. So she's, again, a great person that I would put on the recruiting front because she's going to be really good helping with that. So they do two things, second man interviews and learn how to call PRs. That's it. Cool? That's all an intern learns on the recruitment side. Learn how to call PRs and they second man interviews. All right? Once they get to a certain level, then we'll, depending on the people, we'll teach them how to start running interviews. That'll be the next stage. But by the way, that's usually not till they're about 3 months in of interning. It's not supposed to be, or they're over 10K. All right? So that's going to be case by case. You guys need to ask me. Like nothing bad against anybody. Bethany should not have been running any interviews this fall. She should not have ran one yet so far, period, because she wasn't approved to do that yet. She was approved to do some pre-screenings to the lower applicants to start getting comfortable. She was approved to do, even if we needed her or she wanted to do like a post or two for a lower quality applicant, just to start being like in the mix and second man. That's what she was approved to do. So they're like, oh yeah, she's been running interviews. I was like, oh. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Nobody runs interviews. Cool. They second man, they learn PRs. That's the recruitment. And then stage 2, when approved by me, then stage 2 is they learn how to pre-screen and post. That's stage 2, all right, which you started doing that this fall. And then stage 3 is now they learn how to run an interview. And we're going to add an interview at a time of the, the time of the day where it's not going to interrupt with much. All right. Are you going to be able to take notes soon? Yeah. Okay. For sure. So then we go to so that's one side. Everyone good? Cool. That's that side. And every single AM, I will say this, every single AM, I want to make sure they know how to call PRs. All right. But there's some people like that are not going to, like Orlando's not going to do that. There might be some other people where like they're not doing that. They're working with the rep. I want them doing PCs the whole time. I don't even want him teaching that. I want him helping them get great at recommendations. I want him teaching them because he has so much knowledge that he can pour into them. Like that's a better use of Orlando's skills is for him to just like develop our people. So I want him he's on the development side. Okay. So the development side, is there any questions with the recruitment side of assistant managers or interns? All right. So the development side, what are they doing? All right. They are taking people field training. He's part of the development side, but they take people field training with them. They run two phone jams a week. Okay, one on their intern day is fine. This is, by the way, 2 phone jams that's not Thursday. Thursday or Monday from 4 to 6. That's Roman's. Those are Roman's phone jams. Like you saw him driving it today. Phenomenal job, Roman. And you'll see him do on Thursday. So those are Roman's 2 phone jams. You guys get 2 different phone jams. So maybe it is Monday, but your phone jam is Monday from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And you're like, hey, whoever wants to come phone with me, and that's the hour that you're doing it. But there's 2 different hours. One can be on your day, and then pick a different day that you're making calls for whoever's on the development side. And then the development side is also doing PCs. Cool. So they're doing personal coaching sessions. By the way, there's 4 different, the first month of a representative's life, the first month, they should go through 4 PCs. How many? 4. 4 different ones, like 4 different styles. Those have to happen in that first month if we want to retain people on trip. Joseph asked me today, how do we keep people around longer? All right. They get through all 4 in their first month. That's how you do it. If they get all 4 of those types, by the way, can they get more personal coaching than 4? For sure. You could give them 20, but they have to get these specific 4 each week. Their first week, second week, third week, fourth week. And if they get those each week, guess what? They're going to stick around. Cool. Ask me the last time that we got all 4 done with somebody. I don't even know if we've done it. No, like 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah. So he never got his 3rd and 4th. You know, so the thing is, we get busy. We don't prioritize it. It's not a focus, so it doesn't happen. All right. That's what I want you helping lead that. So you're going to be tag teaming with Val. So you're going to be playing a little bit of both, just like Mary Lou used to. But you'll be working with Val as the Mary Lou, but you're also going to be doing a lot of rep development. Like when you're working as an assistant manager and not you're checking up and making sure, oh, let's hit our PRs, let's hit our PRs. But then your rep development, that's where I want you are the manager of that. You are the leader of that, where you're like really helping with that. You are Roman's right hand when it comes to that. Roman's the top and overseeing everything, all right? But I want you focused on, are the 4 PCs happening? Like you're gonna have your checklist. Okay, who needs to do? They need PC number 2. All right, who's doing that? You know, and some are gonna do it with you and Roman. You and Roman will be doing the top half or the top 30% probably. And then these guys will be splitting the rest, all right? And owning that. And guys, I want, you mentioned that earlier, you always want to make sure that you're managing your best people. When you run a new office, all the branches, all the districts, they need to make sure that they always, as a branch manager, you should always, or a new manager, be talking to your top 10 people every day. Easy to do. No matter how many interviews, however much you have, you can talk to them in the morning, 3 in the morning, 3 at lunch, but you need to talk to your top 10 people. You need to know what's happening with them every day. Maybe one of my top 10 is on the boat today and he's phoning tonight. I don't need to call him in the morning. I'm going to text him, have a great time on the boat today. You know, call me today as your first call tonight when you go to phone jam. And then they'll be like, hey, I've been calling. I'm going to get on the phone. So you're like, all right, let's go kick some butt. You know, and so that's what we'll do. So just so you guys know that. He can go on YouTube. It's on YouTube right now. So as far as so the rep development side of things, we've got personal coaching sessions. So you're going to be the like PC Nazi and you're like, 4, have they gotten, what number are they on? And tracking them. And we can put that in web PDI. We can put the 4, let's just pass these around. We can put the 4 different PCs, so we can put yes when they've had it. Because you guys know when you're on web PDI and it has the things on the bottom. So that'll tell you they did it or they haven't done it yet. And it's like, oh, this person still doesn't have 4 yeses. So the goal is 4 yeses to keep them around. Cool? And then if they need extra help with time management, they need extra help with whatever, then we're going to do that with them as well. All right? I'll take 2. So that is so a new intern. They're coming in and they're on the rep development side. These guys are helping with personal coachings. They're helping phone jams, high-fiving people with phone jams and taking people with them field training. That's it. Cool? And the personal coaching sessions for them are very little. We're going to teach them maybe how to like help somebody make a recommendation binder. That's it. That's all they're going to learn how to do. And stage 1. Cool? By the way, Spencer is developing all the different stages and he's putting videos and things together. That's a project we're working on. I don't know that it's going to be like ready in the next week. It'll probably be ready in the next month or so. It'll take a month or 2 to put it together because he's listening to all these talks and putting stuff and he's going to put together a really good program. So we're ready to crush it this summer. Cool. And you guys will be getting, so what we're going to do though in the spring for you guys, because I want to train a kick butt staff, is every week there's going to be a video of the week. Cool. I need you guys to watch it. And you guys to watch it. And when we have staff meeting on Monday night, come with your notes. Cool. To share your takeaways from the video. So every week there's going to be a video of the week. And the second thing is that we're all going to do the book with everyone on the team. It's specifically for you guys. Huh? There you go. But we want to make sure we're on the same page, kicking butt together, really speaking the same language. Cool. And then the learning part of the book, that's the other thing that we're all going to do each week. Take 10 minutes. A chapter will take 10 minutes. Some chapters are quicker and some might take 15 minutes for you to read, but read the chapter of the book. Cool. If you don't have a physical copy, like I said, I can email it out to make sure all of our team, I'll give it to Roman so he can just make sure to send it to everybody or to the staff. We'll make a staff group. So you guys can use that. So each week, we're going to have, like just takeaways from that. And so I do want to, at the end, we'll go through calendar. That'll be the last thing we do. I'm not going to do as much as I wanted to do tonight because I do want to respect that it's almost 9 p.m. right now, but I do want to dive into some stuff now. And then we're going to keep part 2, part 3, and, we'll keep going through these weeks. So those are the 2 parts. Is everyone good with that? So like I said, with development, a new intern, are they doing a full PC 1, 2, 3, or 4? No. What can they help you do? Make a rep binder. Cool. That's what they can do. And then they can phone jam and learn how to phone jam with a rep and high five them and keep them motivated. That's what they need to learn. Like, oh, you got to know it? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm making another call too. And like phoning with you, and things that they can learn to look out for on the development side is, are people following their approach? Right? Are they tracking their calls? And I would write these down. Are they following the approach? Are they tracking their calls? Are they offering 2 times? Are they building urgency? Are they firming it up? That's up to. All right. Are they firming it up? So we want to hear this. And then how do they sound, right? Are they like, blah, 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 blah? Is their tone like monotone the whole time, or is there actually inflection in their voice, right? So those are the things that we're gonna, that a person on the development and intern on the development, if you're phoning with someone, like pay attention to that, as a person reading the actual, because guys, how many times do you see people phone jamming and they're not reading their approach? You need to punch them in the head, all right? Be like, where's your approach? I need you guys to be like the hardcore, like, where's your approach? What do you mean your phone? Oh, I know it. No, you don't. Andy Janti at, $1 million in sales still has a freaking phone approach, right? When he was at $1 million. Now I don't even know what he's at. Before he starts to phone, he just writes it out. Like he writes it out. Obviously it's in his head. He sold like over $1 million, several $1 million of Cutco, huh? $3.5 million of Cutco. But before he sits to make calls, the first thing he does, he writes it out, his phone approach. All right, just to like, have it in the front of mind and to have it there, because if he gets distracted or something happens, there, he knows exactly what he needs to say, because sometimes we have days that we're a little bit off and then you might ramble, right? Have you ever noticed that? You're like, so that way there's no rambling and it's consistent every single time. So they're not there yet. They're not at 3 million, all right? They don't get to write their own approach, but they need to have their approach out, my approach, their manual, so that they're ready to go, all right? So I want you guys always keeping a lookout for, are people phoning? Are they tracking their stuff? Are they reading their approaches? Are they stuff written down? Like, that's so huge, and that'll make a really big impact. So like you guys heard me say today, we're opening the growth to the whole office, right? And anybody who wants to join on that. So I think a good time would be on Mondays in the evening at the end of the staff meeting, and we just like, we say, hey, at 8:30 or 8:45 p.m., that's when we do the 25, 30 minutes of like going through highlights from the book, and reps can just zoom in. We can do it on Zoom. They don't have to show up live. But, Monday night we could do it there, or we could do it live on a different day. So we'll do that at the end to vote, which is best. But either way works. But just getting people together who are growing together and who are talking about their futures and where we're going. The more people we help build a great year and build towards their future, the more people you guys help hit their goals and dreams, guess what? The bigger the organization is going to perform, period. When we're focused on other people and impacting other people at the highest level, that's when the biggest performance happens. But it all happens to all of us, where we are like, oh my God, we need this. Oh my God, we need this many recruits. Oh my God, we need to sell. Oh my God, we need to hit this goal. And guess what happens? It doesn't happen, because we're focused on what we need as a manager. And that happened to me a lot of different years that I was running an office, where all of a sudden I was like, oh, I need this. I got to hit this Cool. I need to do this. That happened to me this past year. I need to hit this. I need to do that. And guess what? That's that. And so last year I was there again. All right. And I've been there probably four different years, four or five different years in my career where it became like, oh my God, I have to hit this or I have to do this or whatever, versus how many people are we going to impact? How many people are we going to influence? When we come from that service, and I know it because the years we've done that, we blow people out of the water. Because when you have more and more individuals hitting big goals, then there's a big, huge team performance. It automatically happens. So let's focus on how can we help everybody thrive? How many Dirty 30 winners are we going to have this spring? How many people are going to hit 15K, 20K, 30K or more? Here's another thing you guys can jot down. We're going to do a contest every campaign for Dirty 30 winners. And by the way, not just Dirty 30 wins, everyone who sells 10K for the campaign. Cool? So everybody who sells 10K, Roman, for the spring, we're going to do a dinner night out with Mr. and Mrs. Kristen. So we're going to do a VIP night experience. Cool? So don't call it limo night. We're going to do a limo. We're going to do a VIP night experience. And it's going to be a tradition. And we go to the Brazilian steakhouse and we enjoy the lounge and we have a great time together. So that's going to be at the end of each campaign for everyone who sold $10,000 or more for that campaign as a thank you for contributing to a big campaign. Cool? So I think that would be a cool thing to track. And Roman or maybe Erica, you can put on your list. I think it'd be cool to make a poster that's like, 10K spring, Dirty 30 Club, spring Dirty 30 Club, or whatever you guys want to call it, but have lines that as people are hitting 10, or they can track it. I think we should put like a little chart, put 1K, 2K, 3K, almost like a thermometer. And so we have people's names and we have 1 to 10K. And so every week, Orlando, boom, 1K, one step closer, 9K left to hit VIP night. Oh, Amy dropped 3K last week, only 7K to hit VIP night. And when people hit VIP night, we make a really big deal about it. Cool? Because I really want to drive more 10K performers for every campaign. And then there's the scholarship, guys. If someone's going for a scholarship, then you want to be averaging more like 2K to 2,500 a week. Cool? That's what you want to be averaging in the scholarship in the spring during school. In the summer, higher baby. We'll talk about that for the summer. All right. So being focused on like, if someone's like, I want to win a scholarship, 2K a week. By the way, 2K a week like ensures a scholarship. There's many people that at 1,500 a week in the spring will win a scholarship. But I haven't, if you sell 2K a week in the spring, that means you sold 32 grand. I've never seen someone sell 30K in the non-summer and not win a scholarship. Like every single person who's ever sold 30K in the spring or fall always wins a scholarship. Cool? Like I haven't seen anything different in 17 years. So 30K is like, boom, you have a scholarship. Or you can tell them it's a 99% chance you shall win a scholarship if you average 2K per week. All right? So these are things. And when we're doing PDI, when we're working with people, when we're coaching people, and to me, PDI is like, personally impact. How are you impacting them, right? And an impact, by the way, a positive send-off. Have a great day. Good luck on your test. Good luck on your game. Like that's a positive vibe. You're impacting them in a positive way where they're like, oh, they're so great, and it makes them feel good. So sometimes you're guiding and coaching. Sometimes you're encouraging and motivating, right? And so there's different aspects of PDI. So knowing and understanding that, there's those different segments. So I want to make sure that you guys, again, really set yourselves up for success when it comes to that. All right. So any questions so far? Go ahead.
The VIP night. You said this is not summer, right? Oh, so we're changing it instead of limo night.
No, I'm just saying limo nights are normally like a 2-week competition or whatever. This is for the campaign. Everyone who sells 10,000 in a 4-month period is going to the VIP night for Spring Dirty 30 Club. You make the name. I don't know what the name is. Huh?
I know they have that for like y'all.
Night of Excellence.
Yeah.
Do you guys like that?
I like that.
Cool. Do it up. GCK Night of Excellence. I like it.
Is it for everyone?
No,
everybody here.
I'm going to tell the other DMs they can do that too for their offices. So this will be ours. So you can just do ours. But yeah, no, it'll be awesome. Okay, so but the thing is, like with PDI, you've got to be driving vision. Cool. You got to be like you're not telling them what to do. You're not the worst thing. I remember coaching one of the greatest managers in our business now. Okay, his name is Dane Espegard. You can look at their reports in the last years. one of the top managers year in, year out. He didn't start like that. I trained him in 2007 when he came to cross train. And when he came, I saw him doing PDI, right? And he's like, hey, so what are you going to do today? What's your goal for today? And I saw him, like, and it was the second day, and he was doing the same thing. He's like, oh, so what's your goal for today? Oh, okay, cool. And I was just like, and he's like, what? He's like, can I, like, give you some feedback on your PDI? I'm like, get their goals in the beginning of the week. I go, because then what you're doing is just guiding them to their goal. Hey, I knew you were having a 2 today. Did you get that second one? Dude, nice job. And you celebrate with them, because if not, people change their goals every day. I don't feel like working. My goal's 0 today. I don't, like, you're not going to maximize performance. But when you know their goals at the beginning of the week, on Sunday or Monday, today is the day that we should have gotten everybody's goals for the week. All right? Do you help with that?
I help with this one.
Cool. Awesome. So you want to get their goals for the whole week, right? And by the way, once someone finishes their fast start, all right, then we'll walk you guys through the process of this. So let's rewind. Someone starts, all right, so we got fast start PDI. So write these notes down. This is kind of like the timeline of a rep, all right? And then what we'll do is next week, I'll do some more, like, I'll give you guys a couple things on closing sales. And then next week we can do a bigger, like, how to upsell, how to do that. And I can have Roman really give you guys some great keys on that. Cool. And I have a video you guys can watch too. But let me give you guys the flow of this, right? So someone starts and their first night, like when they leave training, if we're able to split it up and everybody gives them a call and says, hey, how's it going so far? So, oh, I can't wait to have you tomorrow. And you get that set, great. Getting them excited for a big weekend. But so the first PDI that we're having with a rep in their first, day, setting them up for a big weekend. Cool. Then we have first weekend PDI. So they leave training and they're going to their first demos. So son Joseph is going to be doing that with Roman, for this next month. So we're going to see how this rolls. We're going to be testing this. So the biggest chunk of calls comes right after training, an hour after training for 3 hours straight. Cool. Because most people have a demo at 6 and at 8, right? Training ends at 5. They have a 6 and at 8, or I guess 2 hours after training. So from 7 to 10, everyone's calling, because what happens is, like, around 7, a little before that, like, everyone had a 6 o'clock demo. So you've got 10 people, 7 people, 20, 30, 40 in the summer people that are calling from their 6 o'clock demo. So we're going to need extra help. They'll be working on stuff together, but we're going to need people who are able to close sales. So that's part of rep development, and that's like that's a second stage. That's like that's not right away. They're not closing sales. Most of you in this room have never closed. Tay's been here 5 years, and she never got fully trained on closing sales for reps.
That was like years ago.
Yeah. So it's at a certain time we're like, okay, we're going to teach you this, and something you really want to learn, and it's an art to get really good at that, by the way. And I know John, he loves it. That's one of his favorite things to do. Some people really love it. Like Mary Lou used to be like, I just want to open a PDI center and I just want to sit all day and just close sales. And everybody can just pay me. Like, she loves closing sales and upselling. That was like her thing. She's like, that's what I'm going to do one day. I'm just going to chill and just close sales. And she just really loved doing that. And then other people get like anxious when they're doing that. And like, that's not a good task for them, because they're like, oh God, how about if I mess this up for the rep? And I've had assistant managers that got really a lot of anxiety with closing sales. So that's not a rule I would put them, so that's important for you guys to know that. So first weekend, even if it's someone newer that's helping you guys are supporting, you can always be encouraging the reps. And when we're together, so what I do in the summer, and by the way, I'm going to invite you guys these next couple of weeks with Roman, at least the next 2 weeks, to do it together, to come here. Come here Saturday night from 7 to 10, BYOB, bring your own bottle of soda, do whatever, and just hang out, get beats, whatever, but like do it together. That's how I always do it. In the summer, I'm going to do it with you guys for those 2 weeks. Spencer and I just canceled a trip. I wanted to just go to Napa, one, to hunt down my videographer for my wedding, because I still don't have my videos for my wedding, and 2, to enjoy the concerts in Napa Valley. It's called Bottle Rock, but it's May 26th, and I was like, the 17th, those first 2 weekends, I want to do PDI with you guys. And I was like, oh, we can do it the next week. But I was like, no, we want to break the national record this summer. It's very important. And Roman, for you, I know we hadn't talked about this in the plan, to break the spring record and to have the spring you guys want, but 2 weeks of you guys being able to do sets and just watching him do it. So you guys can get the flow. And sometimes you'll pick up a call. You're not going to close a sale. How are you? How are you feeling? Oh yeah, Roman's still on the phone. Hold on a second. Yeah. How many more do you have later? Oh, and how's tomorrow looking? And you can ask him basic things. Okay, he's ready for you. And then you hand the phone to him. Cool. And that's how you learn. That's how everybody's learned that I've worked with and developed into top-notch PDIers is you watch the master. And you watch the master at work and you see what he says and you stay quiet. You, as much as he can, he'll have the phone on speaker. That's how I train my new guys is I put the phone so you can hear what they're saying. So then you know how to respond, right? So you're just not just hearing Roman, but you're hearing the other side. I have some videos online and somewhere I put them on the speaker so you could hear both sides of the conversation. So you can just kind of get a feel for it. So there are some, I have some videos on YouTube that have like live PDI conversations. And I did that so people could like learn from listening because there's a lot of situational things, right? I can't tell you what to say to everything because I don't know what the hell they're going to say. There's all sorts of random stuff. There's the general things, but then there's just things that you learn as you go of how to react, how to support, how to close. And Bethany will be closing sales on Saturdays too. So these guys, while you're in training, are going to be doing a lot of closing sales. And then the top guys will be calling John on Saturdays during training. Yeah, we're going to teach him. These are our next two to learn. Yep. And he'll be doing more of it, but I want her to know too, because Saturdays in training, she may need to help somebody with an order. But Joseph, I know, is super excited to do that. So he can handle a lot of that. Huh? Yep.
But thankfully, it's always been like, I'm coming in now, like, good.
You're like, go get it. Yeah. And that's, by the way, and especially newer assistant managers, and as you guys are learning, your job is to be their biggest cheerleader. Cool? And remind them of what they're working for. Write that down. Be their cheerleader and remind them of what they're working for. And so it's very important we know why they're working and what they're excited about. So when they leave training, we have their training sheet. It says like what's their motive, right? It says like things that they want or goals. Those are cool to put away. And whoever had done it before where they were putting that in PDI, I think that's great to have in there. Because then you guys can see that and you're like, oh, they want to call. Oh, so if I'm talking to someone and in training, they put on their biggest material goal says, buy my mom a house, right? When they're going out to do their demos their first weekend, when they have a sale, when they have no sale, how would you throw that in there? What would you say?
One step closer to helping you out.
Cool.
Or you just remember what you're working for, like your mom. Not like your.
She's good at the cheerleading part. She got that down. All right. So somebody has on their thing. Their goal is to buy their mom a house on their sheet. I'm sorry, they had a bad demo. What am I saying? Hey, you got this. I'm encouraging. And they go, and dude, I want to help you buy your mom that house. Like you can do this. This company can do it. You can earn money. And now they're like, yeah, and it gets them really excited. All right. What do you say?
I would close your eyes. You were sitting on the couch.
Sometimes you don't have time for all that. But yes. But I'm saying when you're in the heat of things, you don't have time for a whole vision exercise when you got like 20 calls. You know it because you've done it. And you're like in the heat. It's like, hey, you got this. You can do this. And you literally have 30 seconds or less, sometimes 10 seconds to just leave them on a positive note. Like that high note when you're hanging up. It's like you talk to them, you help them, you had a no sale, give them some tips, and it's like, hey, dude, you got this. We're going to help you buy your mom that house. You're going to have rough days, you're going to have great days. Just stay focused. You got this. We're going to help you with that. Cool? All right, let's go kick butt on the next one. Boom. And then we keep going. All right? But just always leaving them with a positive send-off. But the 2.0 version is leaving them with a vision, like reminding them of their vision. So it's not just a positive, like, you got this, but it's like, you got this. We can get this house. You got this. We can buy this car. You got this. You can pay those loans off. We're going to help you do that. So it's like you're leaving them with a positive send-off with a reminder of why they're working. Everyone got that? So that's like so powerful. And if we can constantly be reminding people of why they're working. So at first, they wrote whatever on their sheet, right? Well, once we have our first PC, we're going to know more, right? For their second PC, as you get to know them, you'll know more, and we'll dive deeper. And goals will change, and they'll have more exciting goals and bigger goals. They'll change stuff, they'll add stuff, and really like as we're doing the job. Like, man, at first, like for me, I came into Cutco to make $5,000, and that was it. Quick, I didn't need anything else. I just needed $5,000 so I could study abroad. That changed, and then it changed to winning a scholarship because my manager said, "Have you thought about going after a scholarship this summer?" I quit my other part-time job because a vice president at the time, who's the president of Cutco now, he said to me at SC2, have you thought about doing this job full time? Have you thought about what could happen? I quit my other job. And that's how I ended up winning the scholarship. All right. And so those, like, just planting those seeds, and all of a sudden it's like, man, I was thinking this before, but now I'm thinking this. You know, it was really funny. I know she'll watch this later. Maria's going to watch this, but Maria's saying, if you asked me before YAB, it was totally money, I need to pay for stuff, whatever. She goes, now after YAB and meeting all these people, I'm like, she goes, honestly, I'm a little bit scared because I always wanted to be in the medical field. And now I'm like, man, this is really cool too. And I was like, I mean, you don't have to like scratch the medical thing, but yes, this is a great place. But at least go through college. Everyone should go through college like Tay did. Is that not the best damn experience? Like, to have done that? Like, holy crap. Like, yeah. For those who can't see, Tay's like, it's a lot of money, a lot of experience, a lot of incredible people that will push you in your life and pull you in your life and get you where the frick you need to be. The people in this business, they're forward thinkers, you know, they're goal setters. They want to go places. They're not like lazy POSs and like friends who are not doing crap with their lives, who are just laying around, smoking and playing video games all day. Our guys smoke, they have fun, they party, you know, some are from California, Denver, it's legal, whatever, right? But they're motivated as hell, all right? They're motivated as hell, and they're on a mission, and they do stuff, and they know how to work hard, and they know how to play hard, and they know that balance. And they're all, if you have a conversation, you guys are all apart, you start having a conversation with them, like, oh yeah, I'm going after this. Like, they're so driven, whatever they do, all right? So this is, and we want that culture, you know? And I want to bring back, and it all stems from the leader. And it just wasn't something that I had in the schedule, and it wasn't in there. It was like, grow. We all need to grow, all right? Our people are not going to outgrow us, and they shouldn't, and it's not a good thing, all right? Orlando probably did more growth and study than most of our staff this fall, all right? That's not positive. That's not a good thing, all right? And if everyone was growing faster than him, holy crap, where the heck would our office be? Where would our organization, where would our people be? That'd be really exciting, okay? So he really set the bar of like, you know, are we constantly growing? Are we learning? And so I want to commend you for that too, because that was definitely something that was a wiggle. Like, man, we used to do this in Miami where all of our guys, we had a video of the week, even for our key staff. Like, we're going to do a video of the week of management, but we had a video of the week. We would announce it at the team meeting on a slide, and it was like video of the week or audio of the week, and it was like a Vector Connect video or a Kathy video that had to do with sales, like for reps, with rocking phones, whatever. And we put it up. It wasn't an assignment. Did we grade them? No, but it was just like the recommended video of the week. And the guys like Orlando and the people, and then when it became a culture, people wanted to grow. I'd have 16 people that came the next week. Oh, I'm like, hey, anyone want to share highlights? Oh, I loved this. I love this. I love this. Like 16 people raising their hands, not just one. And that's what we want to bring back. Cool. And so that comes through. Are you helping? Do you know what they want? Are you helping people hit their goals? Are you helping them grow into the person they need to be to hit those goals? Right? That's really important, and that's really powerful. So remembering that, like, am I helping this person grow into the person they need to be in order to hit the goals that they want to hit? Okay. So in their first week, PDI, we're helping them maximize their fast start. Cool. That's first 10-day management. That has its own video. I'm not going to talk about that at all right now. You guys definitely, that's going to be on the docket. YouTube, definitely need to watch that this week. So you're really in the know with like how to really kick off at least first weekend. All right. Because that's what you'll be helping with. So you could watch probably the first 15 minutes and it'll cover first weekend, but I'd recommend the whole thing. Later, everyone will watch the whole thing. Some of you have already watched it. But first 10-day management is the first week, and that's all about helping them maximize their fast. Cool. So Roman does a great job of this in training. Roman will be talking to people and saying like, hey, your first week, our goal is to help you guys max it. And everyone should be talking about that. Your first week, you work harder than you ever do in your career. Like go, hit as many promotions if your schedule permits it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to set a requirement, but we encourage you to work hard in the beginning. So then, and write this phrase down, you can work part-time and make a full-time income. Cool? So hey, let's help you kick butt and just blow past those promotions so you can work part-time and make a full-time income. So I tell them in training, and so this is important for Roman, when you run training, if anyone else ever helps, or if you pop in, for you to go, hey, by the way, you're fast. Like faster is not required; it's encouraged. And for those of you who want to go after it, here's why I tell people to go after 10K. Let me show you. All right, Tay or whatever example you want to give. Their first week hit 10,000. That means they were at 30% after week 1. So let's talk about week 1. That's pretty hot. They made 2K. It's on their resume. It's on whatever. You go through all that, right? And then what you show is be like, but what's more exciting is after the fast start. So you build up all the accolades of hitting 10K, and then you go, well, here's the cool part. Today's at 30%. So Tay can literally work on Friday during the day and do 5 appointments, okay? Tay will have 3 sales. Her average order, let's say it was $400, which is the office. It is now $400. Hers is double that. But let's just call it $400. That's $1,200, all right? And Tay's average is actually $2,400. You guys, she makes 30%, all right? So you have this that's $360, and this is how I say it. It's like $360 working a half day, and then she goes to the movies with her parents afterwards. How awesome is that? You know, that she just literally made people's full week's paycheck, like a full week's paycheck. She made it on Friday morning before family night. That's pretty hot, you know? And so our guys love that. And if they want to work more, they can. And in Tay's case, Tay actually, if she did that, like I said, it's $2,400. She doesn't make 30% anymore. She makes half. She just made $1,200 on a Friday morning. How cool is that, right? But she's like in another level now at 50%. But even at 30, that is exciting. And so that's why we always encourage people to go all out in their first week, whatever that looks like for you, so that afterwards you can work part-time and make a full-time income. Cool? So that is something you guys want to always be sharing with people and reminding them of in their first week in their fast start, all right? After their fast start, what happens next? We make a normal week-to-week schedule, which we just talked about. We want everyone, and so remember I said I'm going to rewind. This is where I was starting before of having everyone schedule. First, we need to make a normal spring schedule for people. Cool? Each of you needs a normal spring schedule. And so I'm going to need your help with that, of getting these guys all PC'd in the next couple of days too, along with your other top reps. So your AM staff, and for you, it's going to be top 5 reps outside of the AM staff. Then you meet, and just make sure we have, what does the spring schedule look like? All right. I was just sitting with Maria, gave her some ideas to talk to your family so we can figure out when's her family night, when's this, when's that. So whatever's important to you, and this is why I had you, come and listen earlier and I recorded it. When I sit down with a rep to plan a normal schedule, okay, the first thing is I need to know what are all the things, obligations that they have and things they want to do. First is just all the things. So I'm putting this in the schedule. And then in terms of what we're going to do for Cutco schedule, we'll go with that, Roman. So first thing is, what do you have going on? School, church, like what are all the things you have? I go, so first tell me what are the things that are at specific times and cannot be moved? Meaning, I have chemistry at 11 a.m. and you're like, oh, I want to go at 10. You can't go at 10. Your class is at 11, right? So whatever it is, for church, for some people is at a certain time. The whole family goes at 9:30 every Sunday. That's their thing. For me, it's not. I can go Saturday night. I can go Sunday morning at 8, 9:30, 11, and go at 1 o'clock. I have 6 different options, or I can even watch it online and put it up on my big TV in my house if I want to, all right? So that's for me, but for someone else, it's like 9:30 Sunday, da, da, da. You guys with me? So I call those the big rocks, all right? So I want to know all the immovable. Like you can't just move them. They're boulders. They stay there. So what are the things that are immovable? A workout. Would you guys say a workout is movable or not movable?
Movable.
Depends on the person and depends on their workouts. Someone might have a trainer that only meets with them at a certain time every week. Maybe they can move the time of the train, but they have to have a set time. For that person, that's going to be a big rock. Cool? Kathy, when she was training boxing in Miami, my classes were a specific time on Monday and on Wednesday. Could I go earlier at 5? No, the class didn't start till 7. You guys with me? So if they're in a certain class, Orange Theory, I'd be like, oh, I want to go work out at 2. Well, the next class is not till 3:30. I can't work out at 2. But my Orange Theory is specific time. All right. So find out, do they have a specific class or a partner or a trainer that they meet at a certain time? Is that always has to be at that time, or can we move it and then set a different set time that it'll always be? If we can maximize our schedule. We just want to put it all in there. So I'm putting their school. So write this down. These are like the things that you want to make sure you get. The common ones are school, church, all right, and then family. Always ask about that. People always are like, oh, whatever, and I ask them, like, no, I'm like, okay, but there has to be something. And she's like, Sunday during the morning or whatever, but finding the time. I was like, when are you with your family? Maria was saying her family's been saying, like, we haven't seen you much, but I'm really excited about this. And she goes, family is really important to me. And you know what I said to her today? And by the way, this is something a mentor once said to me. They go, your schedule doesn't reflect that. I'm like, huh? You're saying this is really important to you, but your schedule doesn't reflect that. If it's important to you, it should be in your schedule. Does that make sense? I know today's family night is important. It's been in their schedule for like years. Friday night, they have movie night. That's what they do. And she's done that for over 3 years. I've known it's been in her schedule. All right. So I encouraged her. I said, tell your family, look, I want to do a lot of things, but I want to make sure we block off a night that's our night. I said, just talk to them, throw it out there and see if they are willing to do that. But make a family night. Maybe you guys don't have a family, but make one. I talked to someone this past week who told me their family night is always Wednesdays. They have dinner on. That was you? Okay, cool. So Savannah, her family has Wednesday night dinner. That's the thing. They always have Wednesday night dinner. All right. So that's in her schedule. That's there. So find those things out. So they go, oh no, I see them whenever. I go, is it important to you? Oh, are you dating someone? Ask that. Are they dating someone? Is that relationship important to you? Yes? Okay, cool. You should probably have a date night. All right? Don't say, I'll see them when well, like, how about if you never see them? Now, she lives with her, so okay, fine. You guys do whatever. But I said, I live with mine too, all right? But I still have a date night that we set aside so that we, we're like, hey, let's go out this night or let's do this. And ours right now is moving date night. We're like, oh, we're going to have date night this day. This week, we're going to have a great date night on Saturday night in Breckenridge. And this week, we're working, or Wednesday night, we have a date night this week. And we're going to, yeah, it's fun. Yeah. So it just moves around. But anyway, so make sure we get all the things that are like at a certain time. Then you need to get a list of what else do they have in their schedule that are little rocks, that are movable things, They need to study. That can be done at different times. I like to get as much structure and put the studying in as much as possible. So I ask them how many hours, right? Just how many hours are you doing to study to feel good? Do you want 10 hours of study time in your schedule? 12 hours, or how much do you want to block off? This is blocked off study time. Now, there are some weeks where you're going to need more, and some weeks where you're going to need less. You want to know that, all right? This is very important to get the structure so that we can properly do PDI and serve our people. How annoying is it when you have to tell 10 different people what the hell your schedule is, what we're going to do? All right, who's been there? It's like everybody calls you, and you're like, oh my God. So like, let's just get structure for these guys and throw it in so we know when they're working, we know what they're doing, and week to week makes it a lot easier to talk about it. Right, Roman?
Our revenue is that's good. We're doing the proper job of testing. So whether we have Albert Einstein or the box, it doesn't matter. We're going to they're going to have things in their schedule that are good. All right? There are stuff that I was really watching, but I studied hard enough to get the good grades, to make the good grades on my time and study academically. So you should all of us do this. But we say every time we get trouble, we're a huge national student work program. We're going to do service to them by adding more on to the other numbers.
Yeah, that's huge. All right, so we do that. All right, once we have all their personal things in the schedule, and then, by the way, also the Cutco not movables, they're already in there, right? It's in there. And Monday PSP is in the schedule too. So ours are already there. Once we put all their stuff, now we're going to make a Cutco work schedule, like demo schedule. So we know like there are 2 times, Monday and Thursday and Thursday. But now what we're going to do is we're going to, make a work schedule. How do we make a work schedule? All right. First question that I'm going to ask is is there a certain amount of money that you need to earn per week for this to be working? Is there a certain amount of money that you need to be earning per week or per month in order for this to be earned? All right. Or or for you to stay with us and not get another job. Like how much do you need to be earning right now for you to stay here and not get another job? And they're like, I need to make $100 a week to pay my bills. Or I need to pay, whatever it is. For some people, it's $100. For some people, it's $400. And so people are different depending if they're totally on their own or if they have support and they help for part of it. Like Kenzie has support, and so she pays her insurance, she pays her phone or gas and stuff. And then Roman lives on his own, so Roman pays for his stuff, So people are in different places on what they need to pay for, so how much they need to earn per week is different, all right? So we want to know that amount. And I'm like, cool. As far as what you're looking for, is there a certain amount of work? So I want to know a couple things. I want to know that. I want to know money. I want to know, are they looking more for experience or money? All right. Most people say combination. I wonder if I'm like, what motivates you? I'm like, are you looking more for just income or are you looking more for experience? Most people are going to say what? A little bit of both. I go, give me percentage. So jot that down. Give me percentage. And they're like, 80% money, 20% experience. You know? They might say 50-50. Or they'll say to you, 70% experience, 30% money. Like, oh, you know, now you know like, experience means a lot to them. So we want to know who's 50% plus experience. And then by the way, eventually we're going to get everybody there because when they say, for me, you asked me that my first week on the job, I said 100% money. Like, experience is cool too, but like I'm here for money. And then after a month, I was like, well, actually that's kind of cool, you know, because my manager planted the seeds. So when you know somebody goes all money or 80% money, 20% experience, you go, all right, cool. Like, hey, do you know about how that internship is? Like, we'll talk about it later, but like this is one of the best places where you can actually hook up your experience, your resume, your skill sets, your networking. Like, it's ridiculous. So we should definitely talk about that later. But just so you know, so you want to plant that seed. By the way, the seed's going to get watered by other people, and it's going to start growing. And that happened to me. My manager planted that seed, and my assistant managers are like, dude, have you thought about like having a management internship and like meeting other people? So you think about that, talk to John about that. And then like a couple weeks later, I went to my manager. I'm like, John, can you tell me about, you know, like they told me about internships and stuff. Like I really need that, you know. And all of a sudden, I was interested in experience, but I wasn't. Does that make sense, guys? And if my manager hadn't like just planted that seed, and then the other assistant managers asked questions and said, have you thought about this? And write that phrase down. Have you thought about dot, dot, dot? Put that to anything, and that's an easy way to create vision. And by the way, many times create vision when there wasn't anything, right? So like, oh, have you ever thought about leading people? And you're like, not really, but now that's what just happened. Now you thought about it. Now they start thinking about it. It's like a magical ninja trick phrase that was played on me many years ago by the president of our company. Have you ever thought about that? No. Of course you are, because I just talked to you about it. So that phrase, have you ever thought about, make it go to anything. Have you ever thought about making your first publication? Have you ever thought about, you know, being able to put on your resume that you broke a national monthly record? Have you ever, it could be about anything, all right? It doesn't have to be a, have you thought about being an assistant manager? That phrase is just like getting people thinking about stuff. And by the way, by them choosing to think about it, you made the trip today, all right? But instead of like, you should think about this, right? I'm telling you to do something. You might be like, well, I don't want to, right? So the more of a defense, that language of like, you should do this, you can get you know, someone defending. But if you say, have you ever thought about this? Are you ever going to have someone who's defensive when you ask that way? What is there to be defensive about? You know, they're going to just be like, yeah, or no. You know, so there's no type of like internal or subconscious defense that comes when you ask, hey, have you ever thought about this? Versus like, hey, you should do this. It might be really positive, but still subconsciously, people don't like to be told what to do. So for me, the first question is, have you ever thought about that? And you say, oh yeah, I'm like, oh dude, you should definitely talk to Roman if you thought about that. And that was their choice. I thought about it, I want it. Okay, cool, you should talk to Roman about it. And you guys need to really be leveraging Mr. Lee. Have you talked, hey, you should ask Mr. Lee what you need to do to play. Hey, you should ask, you guys should always be leveraging your senior leaders, all right? Your senior leaders are these two individuals right here. And then Erica, who's been around the longest, you know, through from this past summer. She's the youngest senior leader, but she's been around. She knows a lot of stuff too. So sending them to them. But these are the main two that a lot of these conversations are going to go to are to Tay and Roman. Cool. But telling them like, hey, you should talk to them about them to see if they can get you an interview with Mrs. Kristen. Hey, you should talk to Roman to say, hey, Roman, what do I need to do to get an interview with Mrs. Kristen? You guys do that. You guys plant that. Man, Roman will deliver all day. If Roman has all the reps asking him, hey, Mr. Lee, what do I have to do to get an interview with Mrs. Kristen? He's like, oh, you got to do so. So you guys can do so much to get people like asking questions. And really, to me, I think the easiest vision, like I always delivered. So I did a lot. People build me up so great. La, 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 la. You want to know why? Because I had killer assistants who knew how to have those conversations, like to create those conversations, to plant those seeds. Randy knew how to do that. He learned from Tyler from 2005. Randy taught me to do that. And so my guys all knew how to do that. Everyone learned that, but a whole staff knew how to do that. And I haven't taught that in a while. You know, to think about that, like, man, why did they always, like, why were people so hungry? Like, why did you have this culture? Because we wanted to grow, wanted to learn, wanted to advance. It's because of my staff. It's because my staff was like, if you got about being the AM, you should be an assistant manager with me. You can write that one down too. Use that one a lot. All right, but hey, have you ever thought about being like an intern? Have you ever thought about being an assistant manager? You should talk to Mr. Lee about what you need to do to interview for an internship. You know, so you could start shadowing, and then maybe you could earn an assistant manager spot. So are we talking about those things with people to get them in that funnel? If you guys are doing that, it's literally like you're alley-ooping it up, and Roman's gonna slam dunk like all day long. And if we do that, yeah, there you go. All right. It makes a really big impact. So as you're teaching new assistant managers, and even those of you who are assistant managers, you're watching this video, or you hear this right now, making sure that you're learning that, like, I don't feel that assistant managers understand how much influence and impact they have. I really don't. I feel they I'm an assistant. I'm here to help. How can I help you? That's great. But like, there's so much power you have. And I believe that assistant managers have even more impact and more influence on reps than the head managers. You guys will have more influence on the team than Roman will. Fact. All right? Naturally. But if you reroute it to him, then he's able to take it to a much higher level than you guys. Okay? What do I mean by that? Your peers, the reps that come in, they're going to trust you more first, right? You're not the boss. You're not the one making the money off of them, even though you might be, but they don't know that. To them, you're like them. Does that make sense? You're like them. So your influence, the things you say, the things you do, how you act, they monkey see, monkey do. Whatever you're doing, however you act, so you guys not phoning with an approach, horrible for our organization, for our reps, because they go, oh, that's what they do. I'm going to do that too. Subconsciously, they do that. Cool? So you have to be the best examples of what we want to see in our office. So your actions, they watch and they do. Your conversations go deeper. They trust you more because you're like them. You're not the boss trying to convince them of something or make money off them, or people get all these crazy things, but I get it. All right? So know that. But when you, the trusted one, goes, you should talk to Mr. Lee about doing this because it's possible. Yeah? Okay. And now they go, Mr. Lee, Joe, Mr. Oliveira had told me to talk to you about internships. And he's like, oh yeah, let me tell you about that. That's why I can have the influence I have on people, is because he builds me up. It's the same thing on a different level, right? If I'm just going to talk to me, they're like, oh, she's just trying to get me to do so because she wants to make money off me. But because he builds me up and he sends people like, oh, see if you can ask Mrs. Kristen or da-da-da, or, and it's in a different way, but it's the same concept of, because he sends them my way, like eager to like want to learn or listen or something that's going to benefit them, right? Like they're coming to me because they want to be better. And so by talking to me, it's going to benefit them. It's going to move them further faster. Well, guys, it's the same thing here. They come to you and now they know Roman's the ticket to moving further faster. And they're like, thanks, Joseph, thanks for telling me that. And now he's able to like push them like so much further. So just know that, again, your influence moves the needle so much more than what we do by ourselves as a lead manager, because Roman really is the DM of our office. And so he's not going to have as much influence as you guys do on his own. But again, with the proper setup, oh man, he'll tear shit up all day.
Literally, the entire summer of 2017, we recorded, we did 331. One of the biggest impacts and influences that whole summer was our assistant managers. Myself, it was Austin Baker, it was Mason Cooper, and we had Austin Baker was huge on selling. He sold like 40 or 50 grand, or 60 grand that summer. Mason Cooper was a little bit of both on like the recruiting and on the selling. He sold like 40 grand and he had like 7 PRs. Then I was like super heavy on recruiting, and I did a little bit, so I still sold 13 grand in the summer, but I had 17 PRs. And so like our influence also got someone like Braden Letney, who was my higher up, who's my elder, who I used to look up to in high school, to look up to me now. He was my varsity quarterback when I played football, and now he was looking up to me, saying like, dude, like how can I get Mr. Gordon to like promote me to an assistant manager in training?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, what? And I didn't realize that until at the end of the summer. Austin and Mason and I sat down and we're like, honestly, man, like we crushed it this summer because of the way we work together and the way that we unintentionally were planting seeds all summer long.
Yeah. Yep. And you guys naturally do that, and you don't even know what you're doing, but you're just promoters, and like you guys are hype men. Oh, they're all hype men. Like, you gotta check this person. You gotta, so they're not. That's like in their inner wiring. But even if you're not a natural hype man, you can still intentionally have conversations, ask questions, and do things to help create that. Cool. We've done that and we get their schedule. So now we're to the questions of how much do you need to earn, right? And then the next thing we said is, what was the next question? How much do you need to earn? Experience or money? What percentage, right? Know the percentage. And then the last question is there a certain amount of time that you want to allot and need to earn those $300? You're like, I can only work 2 days a week. Show me how to make $300 in 2 weeks or in 2 days. Or do you have a certain amount of days that you're willing to work and you want to see how high you can take it? Because they're like, I want to work 4 days. Like I want to work full time. So I'm all in to work 4 days a week and see how high we take it. I have to make at least 300, but I want to see how high I can take it. So you're finding out if they need to make that money in limited days. Like I need to make it in limited days. Or do you have a certain amount of days that you're willing to work and you want to see how high you can take it? Cool. Because some people, they need to make $300, and once they make $300, that they don't care about anything else. They don't want to work anymore. They just need to make $300 and that's it. And then some people are like, me in my first summer, I was like, I want to work 5 days a week. When I was working full time, I said, I want to work 5 days a week and see how much I can earn. Cool. And my manager knew at a minimum, I had to make $500 a week, which with my averages, I was going to earn that within 2 days, if not 1 day. But I was committed I was like, I want to work full time. So let's see how high we can take it 5 days a week. And that's how I earned 22 grand the first summer, 2.5 months. Because the goal was 5 grand, but I ended up making a lot more than that. But I was committed to working 5 days. While my friend Ed Searing, so perfect example, Ed Searing and myself. Ed Searing wanted to make $1,000 a week in as little time as possible. He'd work 1 demo sometimes a week. He made his $1,000 and he was like chilling. And I was like, I'm grinding. And I wanted to work 5 days and make as much money as possible. So do you guys see the difference there? He didn't care about making 22 grand. He just wanted to make $1,000 a week and he was good. He took care of all his stuff. I wanted to see how much I could earn. So that's what we want to know from reps is, are they just want to make a certain amount and that's it in like as little time as possible? Or are they wanting to work this many days and see how much they can earn? Does that make sense to everyone now? Because that was a little bit confusing before. Does that make sense? Searing. Not Ed Shearing. Ed Searing. So that's how you do that. So now, guys, once we have that, next PDI series, cool, like outgoing PDI. Because now there's a couple different types of PDI. You guys could jot these down. And I'm going to tell you this and give you some tips with upselling, and we're done, okay? So first, we know their schedule, we know everything. So now we know what they need, want, and now we can actually manage them properly, right? Because is everybody going to have the same conversation on PDI? No, because what's our goal on PDI? What are we doing? We're helping them do what? Grow and helping them hit their goals, all right? We want to help them hit their goals. So one, we have to know their goals in order for us to help them hit their goals. We're not telling them to hit our goal. We're helping them hit their goals. Now, by the way, we're always going to sprinkle our goals. We'll talk about that when we talk about how you do PDI. All right, but it's like, hey, did you get those? I know you wanted 2 demos, Amy. Did you get that other one? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got it. I'm like, hey, great job getting your 2, Amy. And by the way, this was the same, Valerie, tonight with the PR goal. This is the same with like a demo goal for the day. So let's say we wanted 50 demos for the day, right? And it's in the morning. And we're at 37 demos, right? So we're how many away? 13 away from the goal. So I'm talking to Amy, and Amy had wanted 2 for today. And now on the web PDI, it tells me she has 1. So on my call, am I telling her first about like, oh, the office needs this, what can you do more? Is that what I'm doing first? No, I'm like, hey, Amy, I know you had wanted 2 for today and you had 1 in the system. Did you get that other one? And she goes, oh yeah, I got it. It's at 6. I'm like, dude, great job hitting your goal. And I celebrate them hitting their goal. And then I go, hey, by the way, I said, I don't know if you have any more time in your schedule today. And I know you hit your goal. So I'm always building that up again. I'm like, but the team is still 13 appointments away from our team goal for the day. I'm like, so I'm not sure if your schedule allows you to even do 1 more, but if it does, it would be huge for us to hit the team goal. And then they go, oh no, I have a feeling. I'm like, no worries. Thank you for hitting your goal. Let's rock those demos. And I look at their schedule for this week. Or they go, yeah, I can do 1 more. I'm like, dude, that would be awesome. Like, yeah, let me see what I can do. Like, thank you so much. When you say that to 50 or 100 people in the summer, we easily create 20 to 30 new demos in a day. And when you create 20 to 30 new demos in a day, in our office, that's like $3,000 to $5,000 in sales a day. And if you added 3K, even 5 days of the week, you just added $15,000 in new business. We're not even shipping that right now in new business. Cool? So it's a big deal. And we're going to be shipping that starting this next week. We'll be back up to that. But I'm just saying in the summer to add an extra 15, sometimes 20, sometimes 25 grand just by like asking. And you're not like pushing our goals on them. You're just sharing, hey, here's where the team is at. And some people really care about the team and they work harder for the team. Valerie Puma works harder for the team than for her goal. Cool? I said, the team has this goal. She, let me see what I can do. And she'd work for the team. If it was, what's your goal? She's like, I don't want to do anything. All right, seriously, like that's she was more tied into the team goal. And so people will like rally to make sure that we hit that, you know, so always share the team goal. Even when someone's hit theirs, many times they're willing to go above and beyond. And for us, I want to make sure for us, it's part of like our inner wiring where it's like we hit the team goal. Every day when we have a PR number, yes, your first priority is to focus on your goal and hit your goal. Once you've hit your goal, see where the team's at, what's needed. Could you contribute 1 more? And thank you for you guys who did that tonight to get that done. Cool. And thank you, actually, Valerie's been working around all day, and she was like done. And she's like, all right, fine, you get another one. And then even at the end, she's like, I got to get 1 more. I was like, awesome. You know, that's the kind of attitude. That's the championship mentality. Cool. There's the people that just do enough, but the champions, they go above and beyond. All right. That's the separation there. Is that type of attitude. So I want to make sure you guys understand that. All right. So we have, you know, their goals. So we're sharing goals. So here we go. We've got outgoing PDI. These are the different PDIs. Outgoing, just regular outgoing check-in that happens daily. That PDI is going to be straight off of Web PDI. Cool. What PDI is in front of you. This is all about looking, and you're basically like analyzing their week so far. Where are they at so far for their goal for the week? What do they need to get there? Like that's outgoing, which typically happens in the morning. Cool. And we do a round of outgoing, and it's all about getting them set up for the day. Whoever's going to be working that day, you're getting a call. You're not calling people that are not working that day, you know? And if you know, like, if you know your people, you know they're on the boat all day. I'm like, yo, have fun on the boat. Talk to you later. Like, it's super, super, super easy. But we've got to know. So there's the outgoing that happens from the office to check people in, cool, and set them up for success for that day and that week. Then there's outgoing to follow up on demos, all right? An hour and 15 minutes. How long? An hour and 15 minutes. After every demo, we should have heard from someone. And if we haven't, we're calling them. All right? So I always had my PDI tracker so that an hour later, like if it was a 3:30 demo and it was 4:30, I just put a little highlight under knowing that like that person should be calling soon. And if they didn't, then I was going to like highlight the whole box and make a little note on how I tracked my appointments, all right, or the appointments that the office have. And I'm not going to go over that tonight. I'll have Roman share that next week with you guys will be the actual tracker and then upselling and closing orders, okay? So yeah, that's happening. That is part of $2 million. If you want to hit 2 mil, it's got to happen. It will not happen. Yep, we got to analyze. So anyway, so demo starts at 5 o'clock. If I haven't heard by them, by what time, I'm calling them. 6:15. Cool. So just that becoming, again, like we've got to create that habit. It's not a habit yet for our team, But we want that to be a habit of like, that's like ingrained in my soul. Like if I'm doing PDI, I'm like, where are the demos? I need to know where the demos are because I know that an hour and 15 minutes after the demo, I need to call out rep if I haven't heard from them, which we haven't been doing. And that's going to create so much more CPO because sometimes you have someone who's like, oh, they had to reschedule, they had to cancel. And they would have never called you, right? But because you called them, like, oh, dude, are there any neighbors? And you can give them ideas to replace that demo and hit their goal. And then boom, you created more versus them just sitting at home doing nothing, all right?
Also, that sets the precedent from the get-go that they should be calling in. We will not have to worry about them not calling in.
Yep.
I have to call in. They're never going to forget to call in.
And that's the most important thing. That's going to be your number one task on Saturday when you're with him is like, who do I need to call? And so he can be your outgoing, like, hey, it's Mr. Oliveira. Okay, hold on a second. Mr. Lee was worried about you because we hadn't heard. And when you call them, here's how you call them. Ready? You go, hey, I'm not sure if you tried to call in because the phones have been off the hook or like people have been calling in with sales. All right, that's what I always say. I'm like, hey, I'm not sure if you tried to call in. Phones have been blowing up. We got tons of people on demos. So-and-so sold this, so-and-so sold that. So I didn't know if you tried to call. And they're like, oh, yeah, sometimes they did. Small percent of the time, by the way. But sometimes they're like, yeah, I did try to call in, but I couldn't get through. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Things are cranking up. And it's always in a positive way. Oh, sales are blowing up over here. Mr. Lee's been crazy on the phone. All right?
Hey, Toby, hey, hold on, though. But Toby saw the signature.
We always had to run this. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I'd always keep that, you know, on the PDI box sheet, the guys who have used a PDI box sheet before, you know, on the bottom, it says like hot updates, like that empty space. Every sale that would come in, like the names of things, we put like Johnny's signature. Like we just had them there because then people knew what to say. Because if you didn't take the call and you just saw Orlando 678 CPO, he could have sold a bunch of steak knives. He could have sold whatever. Maybe he sold a galley. So we'd always like write on the bottom all the hot updates so we could just be rattling off. Like if you watch Mary Lou in the summer, it was like, Homemaker Hotline. Taylor just dropped a signature. Chat was just sold a galley. Land is doing this. What's happening? You know, like, hey, so sorry. We've just been closing this. And just promoting sales. The promoting sales creates more sales. Okay. Something that we've dropped the ball in the last couple of years big time is PDI. It is during training on Friday. So, by the way, having those things written down on the paper every day, all the different sets and stuff that were sold that day, this is more advanced, but it's huge. So, Tay, you have all that, right? Or you're not there on Friday. Erica, on Friday, when you're there on Friday, you go, you pop into training during the day, you walk in, and this was my code. And so, Roman, you got to learn the code so you don't get excited about new sales. All right. I don't know if I ever taught you this, but there's two ways you pop in sales. All right. You're going to pop in all the freaking sales that have happened any of the days that week. Anytime you're saying sales, because we just want sales culture. People are selling. So every time you walk in, Bethany on Saturday, Joseph on Saturday, you walk in, keep saying sales. Oh, Erica sold a homemaker. Oh, so-and-so sold this. So you always say so-and-so sold this. What that means to me is that it happened in the past. This was just a thing I did with my AMs for years. So like all my PSMs and things. No, this week. So, you know, like Caleb sold a homemaker. They're like, you're sharing sales from the week. When it happened that day, what do you say? Taylor just sold blank. So-and-so just sold blank. If it's a just, that means it happened now. So Roman or no, versus him getting fired up that he sold like 5 more signatures and homemade whatever. And then he's like, oh my God, we had a 10K day here. Oh, no. You know, so that's how he'll know the difference. It's just like, oh, Orlando sold this. Oh, Valerie sold this. Oh, so-and-so sold this. Oh, Erica just dropped a homemaker +8. So just add the word just when you pop into training for sales from that day. But guys, you want sales being popped in like literally like every 30 minutes. Like set an alarm, do whatever, but like you just want to be calling in sales. And sometimes like Mary Lou would usually come like once an hour, maybe 30, 45 minutes, but she'd come in and there would be several updates. She'd usually give 2 or 3. Like, oh, Tay sold this, Erica sold this, and Orlando just sold an all-knife set. I'm like, oh, cool. So the first 2 were from the week, but then Orlando just sold an all-knife set. But she popped in multiple sales. And so that, again, that's going to help Roman with PPR, expectation of sales. Wow, people are selling. Everyone's selling, especially when they hear their friends' names of sales and stuff that they made. That goes a really long way. Cool? So again, outgoing is the check-in outgoing, which is all done with Web PDI. Then there's demo, outgoing to like check up on like if they haven't called in, which is an hour and 15 minutes after. And then the third thing is incoming PDI, okay? Incoming PDI, which is usually from demos, all right? But there's two forms of incoming. One form of incoming is checking in, all right? Checking in for the day. Sometimes not checking in for the demo, but checking in for the day, which is you'd walk through the morning stuff. But checking in from a demo, you guys know what to do. Hype them up, get them excited. You ready? Say, I'm a self-selling machine. Yell it. I'm a self-selling machine. All right, let's go. Get them in there. So get them in there with great energy. All right. And then there's the incoming call of, hey, my customer's looking at Blend. Cool. And there's the closing sales and how to upsell orders and how to do that, which is what I wanted to do most of tonight, but whatever, it's okay. We'll do it next week. But as they're calling in, how do you handle the representatives as they're calling in? All right. How do you close orders? So basic thing for this, these are my last keys on this, is when you're going to close, when people call you from demos, the first thing you have to ask some questions before you start giving deals or helping people upsell. Got it? Someone says to me, anything but they're selling a set, what would be your first question? Someone calls you, hey, I'm selling, right there. I'm selling a petite carver, Joseph. Oh, I'm selling a barbecue set. Oh, anything but a set. Like they didn't say homemaker. They didn't say anything but a set. First question that I'm going to ask them. Anyone want to take a guess at what I asked them? Not you. Anyone want to take a guess at what I asked them?
They sold a set? Or they didn't sell a set? They didn't sell a set.
Yeah.
Hey,
What else?
Write that down. I assume that if they're not buying a set, they already have Cutco. Cool? Yep. So my first question is, hey, do they already have Cutco? And they'll say, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, cool. Did you show them this? And then we're going to go that way. And then there's the ones that, oh, no. I'm like, oh, really? And then Bethany, I would go there, hey, did they like the homemaker set? You know, like, and they might say they didn't like it, but many times say, yeah, they liked it. They just can't do it right now, right? And so how do we, then we go into trade-ins. And again, we're going to walk through all that. But I want to know, before you start shooting out sales, is this a Cutco customer? Okay, we're going to handle them one way. They're going to be different than the person who doesn't have Cutco. And then if they own Cutco, well, now we got to make sure our people dropping down. We got to work with this person on dropping down slower. We got to work with them on how to call in and how to show the homemaker, because we got to do all that. So anyway, we want to make sure that we know that before we're going into any kind of instruction. All right. And then we'll build from there. So if they own Cutco, you guys can use in your manual where's it, like selling the Cutco owners. All right. You know how it has like bring up, like, hey, do you have any Christmas gift? Hey, do they have any of this? Hey, did you show them the cookware? Like that whole, there's like a whole list of things to show and a whole list of like types of things to bring up, right? That's what you're doing with the rep on the phone. You're doing that for them. Cool. So you're like, oh, did you show them this? And so you're just doing that, and you'll upsell the order just by doing that, selling to Cutco customers with them on the phone. You're doing it with them, and you're writing down the things they like, and like, oh, let me get you a deal for that. All right. And we're going to show you guys basic deals. And I'll tell you guys right now, we always want to upsell. We're going to show you how to do that really well. But right now, super basic. What can you offer free? What can you do as a deal? Well, the next question, once I find that out, my next thing before I'm going to give any deal, I'm not getting any deals until I know Cutco's burn out. And then the other thing is, are they definitely getting it, or are they considering? Because write that down. If they're definitely getting it, now we can upsell. Cool? But if they're still considering, if you try to upsell it and they're considering, what's going to happen? You're not going to sell. They're going to be like, oh, no, I don't want it. All right? So if they haven't made a decision and said, yes, Joseph, or yes, whoever, I'm buying the galley, if they haven't said they're definitely getting it, you're not upselling them. We just need to close the dang thing. Two different ways of doing PDI. Yes, it's mom. Yeah, you can. I don't always ask that. But yes, that's a great first weekend of like, oh, who is this? Oh, it's mom. Oh, we're going to hook mom up. Like, so that's really cool. Yeah, it is. And it's more of a, it's fun and it's a cool thing to tie in. And people tie that into like, oh, we're going to hook them up. Or that's more of a personality thing. But you do need to know, is it a Kavod customer or not? You do need to know that they definitely buy it consider. Those are principles that you need to know. Do you need to know who they're seeing for anything? Not really, but it's cool. It helps you connect more. It helps them feel good. You know, give them a deal, whatever. So you do that. All right. So when you're closing a deal, and this is my last point, basic deal, 20% divide by 5. All right, divide by 5. That's what you can give for free. Just plan on that. Divide by 5 is what normally you can give away for free. So the person's definitely buying $767. I'm like, all right, cool. You know that you can offer 20%. All right, so you can divide that by 5, or I like to just multiply the first number by 2. It's the same thing in math world. So I'm like, if it's $763 that they're buying, I know that I can offer $140 for free. I just like double the first number. And if you divide it, you'll have the exact number, you know, but that's about how much you can offer for free, or you can discount it by about 10%. All right, so again, you guys can divide by 10 or just drop the last number. So if it's 743, 10% is 74. Just drop the last number. That would be 10%, just so you guys know. All right, they're buying, $1,482. How much can I discount it by? 148. Just drop the last number. So make that note. That's a little like trick to just be fast. Okay. So how much discount? Drop the last number. How much free? Divide by 5 or multiply the first number. Does that make sense to you guys? Mm-hmm. Cool. How much off? Do what? Drop the last number. Cool. How much off? Drop the last number. How much free? Or double the first number. Whichever one's easier in your brain, whatever works better for you. They both are the same exact outcome. But that's a basic deal. Cool. Now, if they trade in stuff, you guys can do 15% off, which now most of you will use a calculator. I just know it's 1.5 off. So instead of 74, it's like about $100 off. All right. So anyway, 15% off, it's 1.5 of whatever's happening. So if the sale's $600, right? I drop the last number, that's $60. If they're doing a trade-in, I can do $90. So whatever that number is, I add half of that to it. That's 15%. Again, you don't have to learn all this. It's just like my math brain. You can just multiply by 0.15. But you can do 15% off, or you guys can do, if they're doing a trade-in, 30% for free. So multiply the first number by 3. Cool? Or divide it by 3, or divide it by 0.3. And that will give you how much you can give away for free. So if they're buying $1,200, I'm going to tell them, hey, and they're doing a trade-in. With a trade-in, I'm like, oh, $1,200. I know it's 120 off. I'm like, okay, $180 discount. Or, and I'm going to quiz you guys on this week. I want you guys to look at this. But if they're buying $1,200 and we're doing free stuff and they're doing a trade-in, how much can I give away for free if they're doing $1,200 with a trade-in? No, what percentage? 30%. So what would that come out to? $360. So you just multiply it by 3. But again, you guys can do it on your calculator. So let's just review that one more time and we're done. Regular deal. How much off? 10% off. So what do? Drop the last number, or they can get free stuff. By the way, when you present it, you're going, hey, you get a discount, or you could get blank for free. Always be excited on the or you can get blank for free. What do we want them to pick? Free stuff. Free stuff is always better for who? Both the rep and the customer. They get way more for their money. So it's a win-win. Free stuff always. So again, regular deal, 10% off, drop the last number, discount, or they can get how much free? 20%. So what do? Divide by 5 or multiply the first number. If they do a trade-in, how much discount can you guys do? 15%, multiply by 0.15, all right? Or they can get how much free? 30%. Build that up and get excited. Cool? If they're doing a discount, this is my last question to you. If they get 15% off, right? So they get $180 off. Do you guys just subtract 180 from the total to put on line 1? No, what do you want to do? How do you discount?
On the trading special.
No, forget trading special. I'm talking about they just have a random array of stuff, right? You've seen someone who has Cutco. They picked out a bunch of stuff. It's $500. Cool? It's $500. And we told them that they could do 15% off. All right. So this customer is like, all right, cool. You know, they get $75 off or, you know, whatever. Do we just take minus $75 and we charge them $425?
Yeah.
No. How do we discount any order? You find something that's around that price and you give it free. Cool? So that's why you say about this much off or blank for free. So if I told them it's about 75 bucks off, now I'm looking, what's 75 bucks? All right. And it might be, I might go a little over, always go over than under. So I might end up having to give $83 for free because that's the only thing I found around that price. And then I just won't charge them for that knife and we just bonus it. That's how you do discounts. Everyone understand that? So you don't just take off minus the numbers. Some assistant managers have done that before. You just find whatever's around that amount. And next week, Roman will show you guys, there's an app and it shows you all the points of things and you can see what's the best things to give away for free. And so you guys will download that and I'll show you guys how to use that. Sounds good? All right. So any other questions or comments on this? All right. Cool. So I want to, how do I stop the live? I want to keep talking, but thank you for everyone who attended. Awesome. Hopefully you had some good notes. We will have the next part next week. All right. So let's